Hi friends, today I am talking about hydatidform mole. So hydatidform mole, also known as vesicular mole, it is a type of benign gestational trophoblastic disease. So molar pregnancy, although benign, are considered to be pre-malignant because they have potential to develop into malignancy. And it is a trophoblastic disease. So as we know that there are three types of trophoblasts, that is cytotrophoblast, syncytial trophoblast, and extravillous trophoblast. The syncytial trophoblast is responsible for the secretion of beta-HCG. Then, in short, what happens in molar pregnancies, there will be abnormal fertilization, which leads to abnormal placental growth. There will be increased proliferation of trophoblastic cells, which resembles like a bunch of grapes. So, 5 things we want to remember. There is abnormal fertilization, abnormal placental growth, increased proliferation of trophoblastic cells. So the proliferation leads to small cyst-like vesicles which filled with fluid, which altogether resemble like a bunch of grapes. It is classified into two types, complete mole and partial mole. In complete mole, the abnormal fertilization occurs. That is, the dead ovum fused with a normal sperm of 23 eggs, which undergo duplication to form 46 XX, and there will be abnormal placental growth, increased proliferation of syncytial trophoblast, and there will be increased beta-HCG, increased FSH, LH, and TSH hormones, and the small cysts which cover the entire uterus and resemble like a bunch of grapes. In case of complete mole, there is no fetal part present and there is absence of amniotic sac, and there has an increased risk of converting into malignancy. Then coming to the partial mole, in partial mole, the normal ovum which fused with the two sperms and form triploid cells, that is, it undergo duplication and forms 69XXX or 69XXY or 69XYY. And there will be abnormality in the placenta, and here there will be focal hydrophy degeneration and trophoblastic hyperplasia, mainly cytotrophoblast, and slightly increase in beta-HCG level, and few vesicles can be seen on the maternal side. And in partial mole, there is fetal part present, but the fetal is non-viable, and the partial mole has less risk of changing into malignancy. Then coming to the clinical feature, the patient present with the history of vaginal bleeding, that is, these small cysts filled with fluid rupture and mixed with the maternal blood and form white currant and red currant juice-like appearance. Due to increased beta-HCG, the patient present with nausea and vomiting, that is hyperemesis gravidarum, and due to increased T3 and T4 levels, the patient present with the features of thyrotoxicosis, and due to increased FSH and LH, in the ovary there will be enlarged granulosa lutein cyst. And coming to physical examination, pallor present, the uterus, in case of complete mole, the uterus is enlarged than the gestational age. In case of partial mole, the uterus is smaller in size than the gestational age. The consistency is duffy, and the internal and external ballotment absent. Fetal heart sound should be absent. Coming to the diagnosis, we want to check for total blood count, looking for anemia, then ABO grouping, thyroid function test. In complete mole, the beta-HCG level should be high, and in partial mole, human placental lactogen level is high. When we take USG in complete mode, we can see snowstorm appearance, and partial mode we can see cystis appearance. Then coming to the treatment, there will be supportive therapy and definite therapy. Supportive therapy, for anemia we can give blood transfusion. For infection, parenteral antibiotic. If the patient present with Rh negative women, we can give Rh anti-D immunoglobulin. Definitive therapy is the suction evacuation is the preferred method. That is 200 to 250 mmHg negative pressure we apply. Then the complication of the suction evacuation is acute pulmonary insufficiency and thyroid storm. The acute pulmonary insufficiency is due to the pulmonary embolization of trophoblastic cells during evacuation, and the symptoms start within 4 to 6 hours. And thyroid storm, that is in hyperthyroid state, when we evacuate, the patient present with hyperthyroidism features like altered mental status, confusion, coma, etc. And this can be managed by beta adrenergic blockers. Then about hysterectomy. Hysterectomy is mainly preferred for those who completed their family and the age greater than 35 years, and if there are any complication in suction and evacuation method. Then coming to the prophylactic chemotherapy, as prophylactic we give methotrexate 1 milligram per kilogram per day IV plus folinic acid 0.1 milligram per kilogram IM to prevent methotrexate toxicity. So I hope you understand what about high dietary mode. So thank you.